We'd talk calories. Alex and Kaylee are doing their own schooling and got half an hour till dinner time, so I thought I'd just have a chat. So I've talked before, I mean, I've been on quite a lot of diets before. I've been on Weight Watchers, Slimming World, and I'd never even really thought about calories. I mean, I did back when I was younger, but in that day there weren't apps for it and things like that. You'd have a book and you'd have to work out all your calories, and calories weren't on all foods and stuff, so it weren't as easy as it is now. And everyone knows that obviously every diet is made up of calories, and all the different companies that do these diets say that, but obviously it's what works for you and what you feel is easier for yourself. A lot of people don't like counting calories because it can be time consuming. I think for me now there's calories on everything, and they're bringing in a new, like, I don't know if it's a law or whatever, but that restaurants have to put it on all the meals as well, which is really going to help. Obviously it's only an estimation, but it makes you make better choices. And I think sometimes it's hard because you'll look at something and you think you'll look at two things and you think, oh yeah, I'll have that salad because, not that I'd ever choose a salad, but I'll have that salad because it's less calories, and actually works out more. So it'll definitely help having that kind of information on everything. So I've had a few messages over the last few days just asking if I'll go give any instant tips about calories, and if I will go through how I calculate my calories. So I have done previous vlogs where I've shown you how to work out what calories you should be having. But to be fair, I trust Nutracheck now. Nutracheck, I think it's been endorsed by NHS now, and the NHS actually use Nutracheck when they're recommending weight loss to people. And I find that even if you go onto these other sites and work them out, they're so similar. I mean, I've just done it again, and on James Smith, it's 1,487. Just on a BMR calculator, I'm coming out 1,496. Obviously, I've got mine set to £2 at the minute. What I'll do is I'll just gonna put here, I don't know what apps you use for Nutracheck. I've tried MyFitnessPal. I didn't get on with it. I didn't think it was as user friendly as Nutracheck, and for a couple of £1 a month, I'd prefer to pay that. It's a lot less than I was paying at Slimming World. So I'll just show you now. I'll just start scrolling through it and navigating. You've got choices to what it does. It'll ask you your weight, your height, your age, and your exercise level. So be really honest with it, because then it can calculate it accurately for you. And if you haven't got access to Nutracheck, I think it does 7 days free. You can just Google, if you Google TD, so TDEE calculator, or BMR calculator, there's the James Smith calculator. So if you search any of those and put your details in, you'll get a similar reading no matter what, and it'll tell you what calories you need to be eating. But specifically on the Nutracheck app, you can set how much you want to lose a week, from £0.5, £1 to £2. And what it'll do is it'll knock off 500 calories for £1, and you can work it out, and then you'll see, I'll show you, you can see someone with a teddy hat running past. You can see how many calories it is per week, how many per day, and then you've got an option on Nutracheck. You can set it as combined or separate. So combined is encouraged for people that do a lot of exercise. So what it will do, it will automatically deduct 200 calories Nutracheck recommend a minimum of 1,400 calories. Any less, it's not enough to sustain your body. So if you do combined, it's under the assumption that you will automatically use 200 of your exercise calories. It doesn't want you to use all your exercise calories, but it expects a minimum of 200 because it expects you to earn quite a lot of exercise calories. I think it's something like you use 30% of your exercise calories if you exercise a lot, but obviously people that do exercise a lot, running every day, things like that, you are going to need more calories to sustain your body. Whereas I'm not doing exercise at the minute, so I just need a flat rate. So your BMI is different to your BMI. Your BMI is what obviously the hospital look at to see whether you're overweight. Your BMI it stands for Basal Metabolic Rate, and it's the calories that you need if you do nothing. So if you were laid in bed all day, you would automatically burn calories. So I was reading James Smith's book before Christmas, and I didn't get all the way through it, weren't my cup of tea, but he basically said that you don't need to go to the gym, you don't need to do exercise to lose weight, because 70% of your calories you burn naturally just by living. You've got kind of 4 tiers, he explained it. You've got your BMR, that'll take you to there. And then you've got exercise, which does obviously burn calories. And then you've got your daily activities. So say me, so if I do a school run, some people stay in their house all day, they ain't got things to do. Whereas I need to go and do the school run, need to nip to the shops, that's burning extra calories. So yeah, you've got your daily calories, you've got your exercise calories, you've got your BMR, which is if you just, say, if you're immobile at the minute, you've got your food as well, because what he said, I've wrote it down, his words, is thermic effect of food, and you can look into that a little bit more. So it's about foods that'll burn a lot better in your body, so eating vegetables, fruits, fibre, all your things that are good for you. If you're eating, like me, red meat, potatoes, bread, you're going to lose it slower, because those calories are going to store for a lot longer than your other kind of food would. So I think that's why a lot of people do low carbohydrate diets and things like that, because obviously fruits and veg and fibre, they burn a lot quicker. So yeah, you've got your BMI, you've got your exercise, you've got your thermal effect on food, and then you've got your daily calories that you burn by doing your walks and stuff like that. So I just trust Nutracheck, like I've shown you up in the corner. It calculates the calories. If I stick to it, it works. I've messed about with my calories so much before Christmas, and that were my way of trying to get as much calories out of it as I could, and I'm not going to do that. I think 1,400 for me is a good amount of calories. I did start on 1,200 before, obviously I looked into it and the fact that I needed more. My BMR is 1,496. I'm eating under my BMR because I want to lose weight. You have to be careful eating under your BMR because it can affect your metabolic rate. Now, it can affect your metabolism. So yeah, you do have to be careful eating under it. So it's your choice whether you look to just stick to your BMR or eat slightly under. I'm eating slightly under at the moment, but we'll see how I get on, see how the weight loss goes. But I'm quite happy on 1,400 calories. I were doing 1,370 calories and then higher calories on a Friday, on a Saturday and a Sunday. But overall, obviously, it were over my BMR, excuse me, on a week, if you looked at the week. And that's what you kind of look at. So I'd just look into it if I were you. I'd just Google it and just read all the information. But if you are on Nutracheck, I would trust Nutracheck, knows what it's doing. But I would, if you're not exercising, I'd set it to separate. when you set it separate, you'll see up here that you're encouraged to burn 200. So you'll always have your minimum of 1,400, but it'll encourage you to do a bit of exercise. And you'll know if you wear a Fitbit or anything like that, that just doing tea, so walking around, ironing clothes, cleaning oven, putting washing in, that'll burn calories. So you should be able to reach that 200 just by doing things in the house. So get off the bus, stop before you would normally, do that little bit of extra walking, maybe do a little YouTube walking class, something just to motivate you to get that 200. And that's what I am missing, exercise. I think exercise really does boost your mood. It makes you feel so much better. It makes me feel so happy, and I definitely miss that. So I can't wait. Yeah, right, Kaylee. I can't wait to get back to it. Let me just see what Kaylee wants. Sorry about that. She needed help with a maths question, which I couldn't answer. Didn't have a clue. Obviously, I'm not trained. I'm not an expert at anything. I haven't got a clue, to be fair. It's all trial and error with calories, and you've just got to just try and do your best. You're going on to kind of hints and tips now. I've made so many mistakes with calories, and I made one in one of my vlogs the other day, reading the pizzas. So the pizzas on the front, so they've got a strip, and it'll have your calories, and it says per half a pizza. So you look, so I instantly looked left to where your calories are. But on the left, just one little box, it's got an 100 gram reading. So I'd read the 100 gram rather than the half pizza. So it's just being careful, that kind of thing. You've got an eating out guide, which most of the restaurants are on. There's only a kind of few restaurants that aren't. If they're not on there, it's kind of using the other restaurants that are similar. But hopefully they'll start bringing out calories, like I said. I don't know whether it's this year or whether it will put off because of COVID. I'll have to look into that. And it'll just make life so much easier. Obviously, you've got your low calorie things, which helps out, but I would prefer eating full of calorie things and less of it. But that's entirely up to you. I think being on Slimming World for such a long time, being deprived of quite a lot of things, not deprived, but do you know what I mean? You do miss out, and I got fed up of all the low calorie versions. So I do have high calorie versions and some stuff. Obviously buttermilk, I still have clover light, and I have semi-skimmed milk. Just be careful when you're looking on the app as well, because you'll look just as simple as an egg. There's about 10 different options for an egg, and for the first bit, I was for the first time when I was doing calories, I was reading eggs totally wrong. And then I realised there was an egg. There was an egg in a shell, and there's just so many. I'll show you up here, but yeah, I was reading wrong things. And as well, like if you buy potatoes from different places, you'll look on the app, and some are cooked weight, some are raw weight. But obviously, some you need either raw or cooked. So on them, you really need to like take care and look whether it's cooked or not, and look for a generic if there isn't one, because obviously if you put it into a recipe, you're going to need raw. If you're cooking it and then dividing it after, then it's not obviously recipes. Like say if you did a batch of jacket potatoes, but you didn't know which were going to be yours, and then you'd weigh it. So you do need raw and cooked weights on there, which there is for most things. And like bacon, I'd always recommend weighing it, because, and again, that confuses you, because you'll buy it from one shop that you're so used to, and it's cooked weight, and then it'll be raw weight. So yeah, it's just taking care to look at that. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend calories. It makes life easier. It really does. And because it's so easy now, you've got a scanner on the app, so you just scan your foods. It's easy to weigh things, and you'll get used to a lot of things as well. Like now, if I weigh clover light, I get it bang on every time. Eggs, I know what they weigh before I weigh them. I still weigh them though, just to obviously make sure. Your bread, I'd always weigh, things like that, because if not, you're either losing out on calories or some are way over. So it's just, yeah, you definitely need to weigh, because obviously they'll work out a general calorie for the packaging and stuff, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to weigh that much. Exercise, I don't use my exercise calories. I have done in past, but I try not to. I think once, if I start doing like doubles again, which I can't see me doing, but if I do doubles like a few times a week, then I might have a few extra calories that day. By doubles, I do 2-hour classes, 2 1-hour classes, a cardio. Then I might do. But it helps when you go away on holiday as well. It helps for going out for meals. Like when I were on Slimming World, I'd have to just look for something that served jacket potatoes. I'd have to go places, and I'd have to look at menu before it cut off. So yeah, I'd have to look at menu before I went. I mean, I still do now, but that's just to see what low calorie options they are. But yeah, going and just having a couple of choices, meat, fish, pasta, whatever. And because I don't eat pasta and rice, I'm a really fussy eater. I don't eat pasta, rice, cheese, yogurt, stuff like that. So yeah, it were difficult for me doing Slimming World. So I am definitely happier on calories. And I love the fact that I can have a chip shop. I love the fact that I can have, I mean, obviously you have to make different choices. I wouldn't have what I normally have at the chip shop, but I am happy that I can still do things like that. So it definitely suits me, and obviously I've not been very good health wise, hence why I've put the weight on. And I think if I'd have not been in hospital, I think I would have carried on losing weight. So I'm really happy on calories, and I was really loving intermittent fasting. That gave me the freedom to eat bigger meals, less meals but bigger meals. So I am looking forward to bringing that back in, but I just want to make sure my pacemaker's working all right before I start messing about doing intermittent fasting and going back to the gym. So yeah, any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to sneeze. But yeah, obviously I don't know much about calories. I'm just telling you what I've learned as I've been doing it. I'm not one to look at little details. I just want to know how many calories I need, and if it works for me, it works for me. It's as simple as that, and it definitely does. So I'm going to have a look what's for dinner now, and I will catch up with you soon. Mention about fruit and veg as well. I know a lot of people doing calories don't count the fruit and veg. I would always recommend doing this, because most veg is water, most fruits water, so they don't have a lot of calories. Like mushrooms, they're minimal, but I will always count them, and because they all add up. And like Steve had one of these apples, I mean they are massive, one of these apples, and he weighed it and worked it out, it was nearly 200 calories. Now that's a lot, that is. So I would always count calories in everything, your drinks, your fruit, your veg, because you're only cheating yourself if you don't. I would try planning out your meals the day before. I generally only plan my evening meals so I can work around it. I'll always try and fit in around 200 calories for a snack. If you don't like snacks, then that's absolutely fine. If you like a hot chocolate in the evening, try and work that out. Loving the Highlights hot chocolate, so much nicer than the Cadbury's one, and so lower in calories. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. Using water in porridge instead of milk to save calories, so you can have snacks. But yeah, don't be afraid to eat what you want. Obviously you want to be healthy, but I'm quite happy having a pie but having loads of veg with it. So I don't think I'm lacking in anything. They did all me thingy in hospital, my cholesterol and everything, and that were all fine. So you just got to do what's best for you. Obviously I'm a fussy eater, so I don't eat any salad, I don't eat any fruit. So yeah, it's just really veg for me. But yeah, I definitely count the calories in them. So anyway, back to it. Let's go through Nutracheck. So this is your main diary. So on here you'll see all the meals that you've input. So when you first start up, you'll go to a page where it will ask you your details. So to get to that page from here, you go to progress, and then at the top you'll see a little edit sign. Click on the edit, and then if you click on the green reset button, so I'm just going to make sure all my details are correct. So my age is right. My current weight is 4.5, but it's not letting me put that in. It let me put it in, but it's changed it. So 13.4. It asks if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, anything like that. So none of the above apply for me. I sit down most of the time at work because I work at a desk. So I've gone for light. I've gone for moderately active because most days I do it 10,000 steps. So obviously when I've been ill, it's been quite inactive, but I'm going to go for moderately, and I'm going to put to lose weight. You've got to maintain weight and gain weight as well on there. The goal, it's automatically put me at 11-13, but I want it to be 12 at the moment. So I'm going to set it to 12, and then here it is. So you've got to choose how much you want to lose a week. I'm going for £2. If I struggle, then I'll change it. Obviously, £2, you're going to be on lower calories than you would be on the others. So we're going to go for that. So to see how it's changed, if you click on diary, and then your little lines at the top, and then if you go down to nutritional, no, not nutritional goals. In nutritional goals, it shows you the different diets that you can go on Nutracheck. I'm on well balanced, so I'm just going to keep it at that. So go on to diary preferences at the bottom. As you can see, I've got it on grid. I've got the subtotals on. You can play about with this and change it however you want. And diary totals, I've got it as separate at the moment just to show you. Easier days, if you click on there, at the moment I haven't got an easier day, so I have 1,400 calories a day. If you know you're going out for a meal and going to struggle to eat those 1,400, you'll click on the day you're going out for a meal. It'll give you extra calories and it'll deduct them from the others. So you can see they've all reduced to 1,330. But I'm going to keep it as it is for now, and then just come out of that. As you can see on this screen, at the bottom, you've got food and exercise separate. I keep these as separate because that's what Nutracheck recommends, because I'm not as active. I don't go to the gym a lot. If you put them at combined, which I'll show you, so you go back into where we were, into diary totals and combined, and close that down, you'll see now that it's including your exercise. So it'll include any exercise calories that you burn. So for instance, on Saturday I burnt a lot of calories, so it's saying on Sunday I could have ate more, but I don't want to be eating my exercise calories because I'm not burning enough regularly to be eating them. So I'm going to change that back to separate and keep it as it is. On this top bit, you can click on your dates, click on any of the dates. This is today, so let's click on today. I've put everything in so far. That's what I've planned out for tea. It's linked to my Fitbit, so it's automatically putting my exercise in. The water, you have to add manually. The fruit and veg, it will add as you add them to your diary. So it's showing on here that I've burnt 117 calories. It recommends burning 200, so it's telling me that I've got 83 calories to burn yet, which I should do, just pottering about the house. I've eaten with tea 1,302 calories, and then to eat 98 calories. So I've got 98 calories for a snack later. I've already put my drinks in, and then everything on there. To look for anything, you just click on the arrow and it brings you up like your regulars, but you can search for anything that you want. So yeah, just search for anything that you want. If you want to look at the eating out guide, so say you're going Marks and Sparks for a coffee, you just go into this, look for your Marks and Spencer's calf, and then it'll show you everything on there. You can sort this by calories, you can sort it A to Z, you can sort it how you want, or you can just search in the top for the thing that you're looking for. So yeah, it's really good. So you can plan ahead when you go out for meals. Obviously, I like my fast food, so you've got all your fast food bits in your McDonald's, so you can see what's the lower calorie options. Obviously, your burgers, things with bread are a lot higher calories than your nuggets and such. But it definitely helps you make the right choices. We often have chip shops, that is in takeaway, so fish and chip shops. And in here, it'll show you the weight of the chips as well. So if you click on that, it shows you in ounces, but on the bottom you've got grams. So say I generally have 220 grams. So I'd put 220 grams, I'd weigh my chips, I'd click, you've got grams, ounces, mils on bottom, so grams. So I click on done, and it's telling me for 220 grams, it'd be 471 chip shop chips, which is fried in vegetable oil. So it is really, really user friendly. So if there's any questions, obviously I'm still learning with it. I've been using it for a year now, but it's buffering now. I think that's because I'm recording it. I'm still learning, but if you have any questions, please ask, because I want to make it as easy for everyone as possible. So yeah, I'm going to come out of this now, and hopefully it'll not freeze. It does feed through to your, if you've got Renfo scales as well, it picks up my weight from a Renfo scale as well, which is really good. And then obviously you can see your progress, which my progress is up and down like a chuffing yo-yo. But like you can see, I got myself down to 12.1 in May 2021 last year. And then my 40th birthday, and I just kept getting higher and higher. And then most recently, when I've been in hospital, obviously it's increased again. So I just need to concentrate and get myself back down. Like I say, I'm by no means an expert, but I just thought I'd give you that run through of the Nutracheck app, because I know how complicated it were when I first started, but how comfortable I am with it now and how user friendly I find it. So if you've got any questions about calories or Nutracheck, please pop them down below and I'll try and answer them the best I can. But like I said, I'm not trained in any way, and I'm still on my weight loss journey. I am far from target weight. So it does work if you stick to it. I just have trouble sticking to it. So thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. And if you've not already subscribed, it would be lovely if you could. So thank you for watching. Bye.